Yeah, I've been pretty lucky, I suppose, with injury and that sort of thing up until this point in my career. It was only probably 6 or 7 weeks out, which was certainly challenging, but certainly a lot of guys at our footy club have gone through a lot worse than that. So it's just great to see the boys continue to play good footy, and now I'm rapt that I'm back out there and playing a few games of footy again. Yeah, the first game back was pretty tough. Obviously, that environment, Port Adelaide, 50,000, playing against a really good player in Kane Corns is an extremely tough situation to come back to. But yeah, I felt a lot better on the weekend, and certainly another 2 games will definitely help my fitness come finals time. But no, the body's feeling good, and I'm feeling pretty confident. Well, I certainly feel really fresh physically and mentally. I felt great on the weekend. A lot fresher than I did feel last year. That's something I did notice on the weekend. I felt full of run, and something that probably towards the back end of last year I was feeling a little bit tired. So that's probably a small positive in the injury that was a frustrating one. It gives you an opportunity to probably train twice as hard because you can train every day of the week, albeit off legs. You still feel like you're probably training a little bit harder because obviously during the season you do have bumps and bruises and you can't train till later in the week. So small positives out of a negative, I suppose. At this stage of the way we're going, I think we've got probably 5 or 6 guys that can get tagged. Obviously Luke Parker, it's an All-Australian season. Jared McVeigh's been an amazing player for a number of years. Kieran Jack, Josh Kennedy, the list goes on. Nick Malcheski. So there's a number of players in our footy side that get tagged, which is great. So every week there's obviously 1 or 2 players that are going to get sat on, but you don't really plan for that. I think at the time when you do get sat on, you speak to the coach and you work out ways to work around that. But as I said, a lot of players in our footy side that can get sat on, which is a good strength of ours. Well, obviously he's got the Brownlow medal to win, mate. So I think he's probably plenty to win, get 6 votes in the next couple of weeks. So no, I'm not too sure. Just depending, we'll wait and see how he goes today, and he'll train again Friday. So hopefully he feels good, and if he does, I think he'll play. But I think Horse won't take much risks with Joey Kennedy because he's obviously one of the best mids in the comp. A little bit. I was lucky to sort of sit here and watch a few games and even go to the Hawthorn Sydney game to see not just our team but also them, how good they are at moving the footy, and it does give you a bit of a different perspective on different players and the way the game's played and how we move the ball and that sort of thing. And it was interesting, gave you a bit of a different perspective, and I'd certainly prefer to be out in the footy ground though and playing as opposed to watching, but was interesting to, I suppose, take a backward seat for that 6-week period. No, I did that one day when Ruzi was coaching back in 2009, and I decided from then on I would never do that again. So probably best just to watch the game from the stands. I just think you don't realise when you're out there how quickly the game goes, how much momentum can swing pretty quickly. How much the little things do matter, whether it be structures or certain players doing certain things or roles, how much that actually does affect the team and the performance. And certainly the Hawthorn Sydney game, sitting at level 2 in the MCG, was just how good Hawthorn can be and how good their ball movement is, how super some of their players are. That's something I picked up on. Yeah, you get a bit of a different feel and a different perspective, so it was interesting. It's not ideal, you don't want to miss any footy, but certainly 4 games is more than enough time to get yourself physically and mentally right for obviously a finals campaign, which is going to be, as brutal as ever. There's so many good teams, and there's probably 8 teams you'd think they can challenge, so it's going to be an extremely tough next month or so. So we're ready for it, and yeah, everyone, you need to make sure you have a full healthy list and everyone playing the best footy they can at the right time. The Dogs, well, if you let them play their best footy, they're obviously really dangerous. So they had some really good wins this year against quality opposition. They've got some super young players, and I've watched them a few times on Sunday Arbour, and they've had some quality wins. And I think you got to prepare for their best, and if we restrict what they want to do, we'll go a long way to us winning. But certainly, if you allow them to play the way they want to play, they're an extremely dangerous football side.